So for my example of a Federalist Paper review, I have chosen number 78, which is about judicial review and how that affects the court system in America. Many of you know, because of the song in Hamilton, that the Federalist Papers were written by three men after the Revolutionary War period, one of which was James Madison, the other which was John Jay, and Alexander Hamilton. The tricky part about some of the Federalist Papers is we don't have records of who wrote what, just the numbers of how many each member total wrote. So number 78, people speculate who it was written by, because during the Philadelphia Convention of 1787, Madison stressed the importance of an independent judiciary. However, the unique thing about number 78 is we now know that it was actually Alexander Hamilton that stressed the need for having a judiciary branch established in the Constitution. One of the key parts, and also one of the most famous parts of this paper that Alexander Hamilton wrote about, is that this branch would be co-equal to the others that were being set up, which were, now we know, the legislative and the executive branch. Because of this co-equal status that Alexander Hamilton was promoting, as well as the infamous reputation that the courts that were being run by the British during the war got, Alexander Hamilton stressed the fact that the judiciary that they were setting up would be the least dangerous branch. Hamilton said that it would be the least dangerous branch because it would have neither the power of the purse nor the power of the sword, which we know the power of the purse is obviously Congress because they hand out the money, and the sword is the executive branch because they are the enforcers of the law. So that kind of left the courts in limbo, and that meant that they would have the power to say what the law means, or judicial review as we know it now. This basically means that the courts would have the ability to say what the law means and whether or not it would be constitutional or not. So, in a way, it is the most powerful branch because it can tell the other two if what they are doing is constitutional or not. So, this relates back to the Bill of Rights because this is where we start to see so many of those first 10 amendments actually end up being about the court system, like number 5 being your Miranda rights.